All right, y'all, peak game. So I'm going to do a challenge for myself. Um, One of my mentors had talked about trading long distance, and well, several of them. I have several mentors. One of them is Dr. Elvis, who talks about this all the time. But then also Swaggy C. I've been in many of his courses and classes over the years and learned from him. But he had recently put out a video, and he had talked about in that video taking 10 trades to make $1 million versus taking 192 trades to only make $500,000. So way less work, a lot more money. So I thought about it and I said, and I was telling my futures group, in a futures trading class tonight, I said, man, that really sparked something in my mind between him and Dr. Paisley, Dr. Elvis, who's in our Copycat Signals group. Because when I originally started doing videos years and years and years ago, which is still on my YouTube channel, you guys can back test it, go back and see. Uh, I used to do videos where I made hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pips on one trade at a time. And I don't know why I got away from that. But anyway, long story short, I'm going to do a challenge for myself, and especially with these volatile markets. And by the way, while I'm recording this, you guys can track my progress and you'll see from start to finish the information. Okay, so this is an account, as you can see right here. This is a live account. Okay, live account. And it only has 150 something dollars in it, going on 160 bucks. And I'm going to go through every single one of these trades, and let's see how it turns out. And I think I'm just going to wait about a month from now, and then just wait and see what happens. You can see I'm already currently up about $20 in profit right here. You can see that we're right here in this corner, $20 in profit. All right, 21 bucks. All right, so let's go through each one of them. You can see my lot size is very small, just zero point 0.5 or whatever. So if I blow the account, I blow the account. It is what it is. If not, we'll see how this turns out probably in about a month. Okay, so now let's go through each one of these trades. And I'm gonna bring this down and by the way, I have my scanner on, but I'm no longer needed. So I'm gonna turn that off. And I have my ocean wave on, but I'm gonna turn that off. And I'm going to just let these be the only plays I have. So let's go through it. I'm going strictly to the daily and weekly time frame. Okay. And here's the key. You got to be extremely patient, and you cannot be afraid of large stop losses. Okay. So I'm already up 7 pips on GA. And so right here from the daily time frame, you can see I got this stop loss above this range right here. If I lose, I'm only going to lose $17 even with this, so who cares? See, it's not about, and this is with an 89 pip stop loss, and I'm only risking $17.30. Not a big deal. All right. But if I go to the weekly and I just wait for about a month, and let's say it comes down to here, how much could I make? And I'm just doing a hypothetical. Let's see if it retests this level right here, which I see is boom, 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 boom. All right, cool. I'll be made $85 on this one. All right. Now let's go to CAD Swiss. CAD Swiss, what I saw was it bouncing off of the daily level right here. You can see this, boom, 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 boom. Okay, so I have a stop loss right here, 44 pips, which I can bring this up a little bit closer, tighten it up just a little bit, because that's on the daily. The daily, see, so this is the 4 hour. So I'm gonna bring this right on up here. And I'm only going to be risking $16 on this trade, which is great. I'm risking 16 bucks on this trade, but let's check a level. Right here, I see that the price action has touched many, many times before. So if it comes up to there, we'll see. I'll be making 53 bucks on that, okay? So we'll see how that plays out. Alrighty, next we're going to go to CAD Swiss, which is the reverse. I'm sorry, Swiss CAD, Swiss JPY. And right here, this one right here, I'm in this trade and I have a stop loss of 88 pips for $29. Let's see if that's an appropriate place to put it. I did get an error on the 15-minute. I am in drawdown by $9, 9 pips. Let's go into my piggy bank and see how much I'm down by with 9 pips. $3.80. Woohoo! Not a big deal. Okay, so who cares? That's why I said it's more about the money management to make this account last. All right, so that's cool. That's coming up. We'll see. All right. I have my stop loss above this level. Now, why did I take this trade? Because it's creating lower highs. And I'll draw this out so you guys can see it. Here's a high right here. Take this, and it has created a lower high right there. So it's like walking downstairs. So, and it's just sitting in a range. So if this thing actually goes and hits my stop, which is right here above that range, I'll lose 88, 20, 30 bucks. Okay, $30. So let me see if I can tighten it up just a little bit because I got my thing way up there. I will put it above this level of resistance right here. You can see that. What's the previous level? Let's go to the 1 hour. And that would be appropriate. Let me see if I put it right here, which would be above all these levels. It's above there, and right there. And how much will I risk? All right, 19 bucks. Okay, I can afford it with my budget. Okay, so I'll be risking $19. However, if this comes down, and let me mark these levels again. Right here is a level. And then it created a lower high level right here. So basically I'm risking $20 and I can afford it with my hundred and something dollar account. And if it comes down to this level right here, I'll be making $32. If it comes down where it touched before, and I'm gonna put it right there because I seen it touched right there. So what if it comes down to that? And this is the average daily low for the daily. So I'm right there in line with it. I'll make 50 bucks. So I'm risking 2-to-1 risk ratio approximately because this is 20 for 40. Okay, 20 for 50 actually. All right, let's keep going. All right, Euro AUD. Let's take a look. All right, Euro AUD has made some tremendous highs. This is the weekly. So you can see this is, I'm up 3 pips so far on this one. This thing shot up like crazy. Oh my God. If I lose this trade, I'm going to be losing 30 bucks with a 90 pip stop loss. Let me see if that's appropriate or if I'm too far out. And it looks like I'm a little too far out. So I'm going to bring it a little bit tighter to the average daily high indicator. And I will still put it above these levels right here. And you can see this is the 4 hour where it hit. And then it's retesting right here and then dropping. Okay, so I do think that's an appropriate level. Here it is from the daily. Okay, so I'm not going to put it way up here. If it hits up there, it needs to be gone. If it's trying to retest way up here, let it be so be. Okay, no worries. All right, let's take a look. So I'll be risking $21 with 66 pips. And let's pull this down to the previous level of support, which will be right around this range right here, give or take. Okay, and that would give me 280 pips for 90 bucks. So I'm risking 21 for 90 on this one. And so we'll see how that plays out. Check it on the weekly, and that's what it looks like on the weekly. Now on the weekly, I could bring this thing, as you can see, I can stop right there at the previous level. But depending, if I'm going to leave it for a month, if I can get 4 candles, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 candles. That's 4 candles. So let's see if I leave it down to this level, okay, which has previously been touched several times. Boom, 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 and boom, and it came close there. Okay, so that would be $163, 500 pips. And I'll bring it up just so I can include this candle of touching as well. So we know it touched here, touched here, touched here, touched, came close, and then touched right here. So let's just leave it right there. That'll be $140, 434 pips in exchange for 66 pips and 21 bucks. Okay, we're looking good so far. All right, let's keep going to the next one, Euro CAD. And I got to hurry up and do this video. My eyes are getting heavy. By the way, you guys can see that it is 8/21/2025. And it is basically 2 in the morning, going on 2 in the morning. No wonder my eyes are heavy. It's 2 in the morning. All right, from the weekly on this one, this is EuroCAD right here. You can see on the weekly, this is an all-time high for it, basically. Or no, here it is. I'm so glad I checked the monthly. I didn't check this. All right, so look, here goes a high, and it's creating an all-time high or retesting this level of high right there. So that's where it's at. Okay, so that's where it is on the daily. Check this 15-minute, and that's the sale arrow why I got in on the trade. All right, so here we go. So my stop is going to be 74 pips. I'm risking $26. Okay, Where could it drop to initially? We can see it drop down to possibly right to that level. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we'll see. All right, so let's just say right there, okay? That'll be 344 pips in exchange for 74 pips. And 74 pips, I'm risking 26.77 to make 124.18 in a month. All right, let's keep going to the next one. That's Euro CAD, Euro NZD. Now, I will tell you what can blow up this account is the Fed Chairman Powell is still running his mouth this week, all the way up until Friday, which is what's probably pushing these markets to these highs. And you can see here's the weekly high, and this one is just wicking a little bit above the weekly high, which is previously right here. Go out to the monthly, it looked like, man, yeah, well, it ain't the all-time high. It used to be way up here, but in the recent, this is the high. You can see here's a high right here. Here's this one, and here's this one. So if this thing taps me out, I will be risking $22 with 75 pips. Notice, guys, I want you to pay attention to what I'm telling you. Notice how many pips. 75 pips stop, and I'm only risking $22. Why? Because I'm managing my money. So all of you guys who keep worrying about, oh, the stop loss is too big for my account, I'm dealing with a $150 or a $60 account. Okay. Each one of these trades are between 20, 25 bucks. Okay. So if they blow, it blows. It is what it is. But point is that with 75 pips, I'm only still risking. Why? Because I'm only using a small amount. All right. Let's check this. And we have our sell arrow right here on the 15-minute. Stop loss is above the daily levels right there. And it's above the weekly. Okay, so there we go. Let's go to the next one. GA, GA, GA. This was the range right here to which I saw, and I'll mark it up. Let me do it up here because I don't want to accidentally move my stop by accident. So that's the level. You can see where the candles consistently kept wicking, 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 wicking. And that's from the weekly. I'll go down to the daily time frame, and you can see it staying below that. And that's the reason why I have my stop right there. I'm risking, and let me put it up just a touch. All right, so I'll be risking 23 bucks with a 121 pip stop. Can y'all believe that? 121 pip stop. And I'm only risking $23. Okay. I told you it's all about money management. I'm already up 12 pips. So you can see so far looking good on this trade. This is what it looks like from the 4-hour. Okay. And you can see my stop right up here. It's above the noise because this is the noise level right here, which by the way, I can bring this down a little bit. And that'll be 107 pips, and I'll be risking 20 bucks exactly. All right, so this is the noise level right here. You can see consistently every time it hits here, it just drops. Okay, and there you go. It retested there. So I'm risking $20. Now let's go back out and do the distance. And I'm really not an expert at this. The expert at this is Dr. Elvis. He is really good at this stuff. I'm just playing around with a small account. I'll be risking 20 for 80, so that's a 1-to-4 risk ratio. Alrighty then. And again, guys, if you want to get in on our trades, just go to superezcopycat.com, superezcopycat.com, or you can go to our main website and get it there. All right, so this one I've already locked in 71 pipperoos, baby. That's why my stop is a little bit below this noise level right here. This is from the weekly. All right, so let's take a look and see. All right, so here we are. And look at that, baby. Look at that drop. Look at where I got in at. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So you see why I locked in some gain on this one. That's the reason why I'm already in profit, 71 pips. So I'm risking absolutely nothing on this trade. I'm at break even or a little bit. So I'll make $1 if it comes back up, which is fine because if it comes back up, I'm going to whack it anyway, and that's cool. But let's go down here and set a take profit. So I'm going to move it all the way down here first out of the way, then come back up to the weekly. And look, that's all the way down on the 15-minute. That's the weekly. That's barely one candle. So what if it comes down to this level here in a month, okay? And all I need in a month is 4 candles, right? 4 weekly candles, 1 candle a week. So that means if this thing comes down and boop, 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 I'm risking absolutely nothing at this point, and I can make $163, 452 pips. Now, keep in mind, yes, I do understand that I'm using a small amount on these accounts to trade with. Okay, I do get it. I get that. All right. However, keep in mind that if these were standard lots, you're talking tens of thousands of dollars per trade. So what it is, I'm just disciplining myself, getting back to my original way I used to trade years and years and years ago. And I've been recording videos on YouTube since 2018 or 2019. So you can go all the way back in history and see all them hundreds of pips. This used to be my normal. I don't know why I got away from it. I don't know why. It used to be my normal. So just talking to Dr. Elvis and Swag Coach Swaggy C, he put out that video, just reawoken a giant in me to say, hey man, what are you doing, bro? Because look at this, bro, guys. Look at if you would have held from here to here. Now, just imagine the number of pips from there to there all the way up to here. That was 2,000, just say about 3,000 pips. Now, what's the only thing, the flip side of that? Hold time. Now, am I going to hold it that long? Absolutely not. No, that's too long for me. No, that's too long for me. But even from the daily, you can see where my take profit is. It's right here. So it may take a week or two to get there, maybe a month. We'll see how it plays out. But again, I'm risking zero on this trade. I'm going to make a dollar no matter what, and I'm going to profit 163 pips if this go full force. And I think I'm already up 24. Let's see, $25 already. So I still got a lot to make, and see, I'm already climbing in profit. Remember, I was at 159 bucks, so it's starting to work. So let's keep going. I'm not done yet, ladies and gents. And when I actually post this, I'm going to post the before video and then I'll post the result video afterwards. So it's going to kind of be like a time lapse kind of thing, but we'll see. Okay. We'll see how that plays out. All right. See how I marked off this level where price action to bounce, to bounce, to bounce. And then boom, boom, boom. It took off, and took off. See, just patience. Just patience. Matter of fact, from here to here, 101, 1,300 pips. I'm sorry, my bad. 1,300 pips. Wow. Alrighty, let's keep it moving. I'm almost done. GN, let's go to you. And by the way, I missed out on this one. I actually had this one and let it go too early. Right there. And let me mark this one because I cashed out. I got in on this one a little too early. Look at that, guys. Can you see that level on the weekly? Here it is on the daily. And this is what it was like on the 15-minute. I have made so many pips, I just rushed up out of that thing. But it's not finished. It's going to go down some more. But you can see why I cashed out. I just said, hey, let me just take my money. A couple of dollars. It was only a couple of dollars, but still, it was the principle of the thing. Okay, you can see that. All right, now let's get back to the one I'm supposed to be on. My eyes are drooping. All right, GN. Let's go here. This is the weekly. No, that's the daily. This the weekly. Weekly. I'm risking $24 on this trade, okay? This is this high there. Is this no, it ain't an all-time high, so I ain't gonna worry about it. I ain't trying to set no all-time high record anyway. But let's take a look on that one. Drop down to the 15, and there's the sell arrow, and you see it's just going at. If it comes back up and retests this level, where's my stop loss? It's above here, so I'm still going to be okay. This is what it looks like on the 4-hour. So if it comes back down and retests right here, I'm still going to be up here. I'm risking $24 or 140 pips. We'll see the potential that I can make on here. And when it dropped hard and fast, which I'm hoping it'll do again. Let's choose a decent level. All right, right here is in my sexy analyst system. It has the Fibonacci's pre-built in. And by the way, let me right click and make this bigger so y'all can see it. All right, go down here. And this got inner trend lines, outer trend lines, supply and demand zones. I turned the supply and demand zones off. I turned off the inner trend lines and just showing my outer trend lines. It has Fibonacci's built into it. It got everything you need. You don't have to mark up your charts, and it auto adjusts depending on what time frame you're on. You see I'm currently up 4 pips on this. So what I'm going to do, it also have several different types of Fibonacci's. You have Fibonacci retracement, Fibonacci expansions, or you can put both, or you can take them all off. I'm just going to use the Fibonacci level. And instead of using this dark gray, because I have colors on here, and sometimes I don't want to have all that noise, so I just kind of grayed it out for me to personally see it. But since I'm doing a video, I'm going to make the color different. Let's go here and let's make it gold, or yeah, gold. Let's make it gold. See if that works for you guys. And there you go. Okay, so for the sake of this video, you guys can see the fib levels here. And let me go ahead and save this template. Okay, and this is the one without the Fibonacci's. I'm sorry, without my supply and demand zones for my futures class, for our futures traders. Okay, we trade on TraderBait and TradingView for the futures market, but I can still do market analysis on my MT4 or MT5. Which, by the way, I know a lot of you guys are asking if for MT4 and MT5s platforms, they're U.S. clients. Just send me an email. I can send you a list of who's who. Okay. All right. So anyway, let's keep going. All right. So right here, you can see this is the high point right here. All right. This is what it looks like from the weekly. 4 hour, you can see it, and I'm already up in 7 pips. Let's take a look, and I'm up $161, and so far so good. All right, and let's pick a take profit level, just for fun. All right, I'm going to be risking $24 or 104 pips, 140 pips, in exchange for just say 400 pips, 396 pips, or 400. I'll just make it even 4. Just bring it down a little bit, and that should put it right there. Yeah, 438. You can see this support, this level right here. And you can see this been touched multiple times. So if it drops through in a month, that's where it's going to go. And I'll make $76 in exchange for 25 bucks. Okay. All right. Let's go to the next one. NZD Swiss. NZD Swiss. Some of y'all call it Chief. It ain't called Chief. It's CHF Swiss. And here we go. On the weekly, you can see that I have a double bottom basically right here. So that's where I'm looking at. My stop loss is right here. I'm risking, and I got it right below this candle right here. And I am risking $34 on this trade. And, oh, this is an expensive one. Oh, boy. 54 pips. I'm only risking 54 pips. Go to the daily, and you can see here's the level. Okay, came down. Here it is. And if it comes down and retests this level and taps me, I'll be at 34. I don't like this though. I need to watch this. I want y'all to watch this because I want this to be reduced a bit. I want it to be right there. And that would be $40. But with the budget I have, that'll eat up too much profit. And you guys can see that my profits are climbing. So I want to manage the money. I'm already up $1.68. Great. So instead of a nickel, I'm just going to take down 2 of these and then close that out. And that'll give me a position of 3 cents on this trade. Okay. 3 cents. 3. All right. So now let's go back to it. Because I'm in how many trades? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 trades. Oh my goodness. 11 of them. So now what am I risking? I am risking $23. That's much better, more affordable for the budget I have. Again, preserve the capital comes first. I'm risking $23 and how many pips? 63 pips. And let's see where this thing can go. It can potentially come right back up to this level right here. I can see a wick right there, coming across. All right, cool. So that would be, I'll make $102 and 273 pips on that trade if it hits. Okay. All right. Almost done. Oh my God, my eyes are so heavy. I got to go to sleep. All right. So here is something that I normally don't do. I really don't trade the indices much like this because they're more driven by news and what the president says and all these different things. So it doesn't function the same way like the indices do, which is a lot more predictable from the high time because they're not so influenced by daily news events. But I did see this one on the US 30. So I played it with a small amount and I'm risking $9. Okay, 48 pips. 48 pips. Now, why did I choose to trade this one? This is the last one. All right, here we go. Golly. See, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. See, 2 in the morning. London about to open in an hour. I should trade the futures market during the London futures. So here's what I'm saying. Every time it came up in this range, and I'll mark off the range, and then you see this is the ultimate part right here. First, before I do that, let me go to the weekly, and you can see the same thing on the weekly right here. Okay. My blue line is blended in my support and resistance, which is pre-built into our simplicity system. It gives you the arrows and it gives you your supply and demand zones on a macro perspective or on a bigger perspective, so you can really see it. And it's tap dancing off the top of my red zone consistently. Go to the daily and it's tap dancing. You can see that. Look at when it hit the bottom of this box, it shot out of there like a rocket. But every time it hits into this red zone, especially towards the top, you got major drop. Boom, 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 drop. Boom, drop, boom, drop. And now here we are again. So I'm going to put my stop right above that noise level right there. And I'm using, risking $10 on this one. Okay. Risking $10. And if it comes down from the noise level, and let me go to the week. I can put it all the way down to this level because you can see that when it drops, candle, all right, so weekly candles. I'm looking for 4 candles, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 4 kind of came there. So candle number 3 came, all right, and then we got when it start dropping 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's cool. So that'll be there. I can always close it before then, but just for the sake of argument, if it were lasts for 4 weeks, okay. Okay, guys. So let's take a look here. I will be making $55 in exchange for my $9, and instead, I'll be making 279 pips on this trade in exchange for 48. 48 for 279. What a win loss ratio! Can't beat that with a stick, huh? All right, so that's pretty much it, guys. That's my markups. That's where I'm at. And you see, I'm climbing a few dollars at a time. I was at 159 or 150 something six, and I'm slowly climbing. Here's all my pairs. You can see exactly what the net profit is currently. The big runner is this one with the 71 pips, which is GCAD. All right, but we'll just keep an eye on the rest. Now, keep in mind, this is a whole really tight wire because even with $20 each, if news come out on several of them at the same time, this can pop the account and I just have to start over. But, hey, if not, then we're risking $20 per setup on average. And so let's see, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 120, 140, 160, 180, 200, 210. So technically, this needs to be at 210 for me to not blow the account. But that means that every single one of these will have to really just, or 80% of these will all have to be losers in order for me to blow the account. So we got it here. I got it recorded. So like I said, we'll see this account. Today is 8/21. So on 9/21, which is my oldest sister and youngest brother's birthday. I'm sorry, my oldest brother and youngest sister. They were their birthdays on the exact same day. My mom and dad started and finished on the exact same day, 9/21. So on their birthdays, we'll check this account and see where it's at. And again, this is the live account right here. So we can see the account number 379. You can see my balance is 164. This is my free margin. Oh, that is terrible. Because, hey, what happens? Oh, my goodness. That's going to be tight. That's going to be tight. I think what I'm going to do, because I don't want to pop the account because I'm using too large of a lot size. So what I think I'm going to do is just reduce these to all threes. So I'm going to close out 2 cents there. Because, again, it really ain't that big of a deal about the money. It's about just seeing if it will work out. All right. Because I don't want to blow my account because it went in drawdown and I didn't have enough free margin. Okay. I just want to see what happens. All right, there we go. So we got $54 freed up, a free margin. Oh, we didn't do this one. The only one I'm gonna leave is this one because it's already running in profit, so we good. Oh snap! I only want to close out 2 cents. That one. All right, so there we go. Three, 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 three. I did two on this one. Okay, well that's fine. Oh, Euro USD. I forgot to do that one, but I'll do that in a minute. All right, this one I'm already in profit, so why not lock in some gain just in case? So I'm gonna close out 2 pennies on that. All right, and there we go. So we have three, 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 two. All right, let's go to this one. All right, there we go on the weekly. Slap that thing. Slap that thing. All right, I'm gonna add one more penny to this one. I'm gonna add a penny trade, so it can be 3 as well across the board. And I already have a stop loss of 1172.41. All right, 1172.41. All right, there we go. Okay, and then this one here, in all fairness, I'm gonna add a penny to that one in just a moment. So where can I put my take profit on this one? Let's go ahead and hit this level right here. I see that it's been touch, 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 touch. All right, that's cool. So what am I risking on this trade? All right, let's put you just a little bit above the noise level. Okay, because I see that them little wick candles right there. The wiggity wax, wiggity wax. This is gonna be fun, actually. I can't get it exact. All right, there we go. All right, so I'm going to be risking $18. It must be the two. 18 plus 9. Oh my. Wait a minute. That's $9. I should have left this one where it was, huh? Okay, so this one already started tear dropping down. I'm going to move my stop right above this level here on the third leg down, which would be here. So that's $14. If I add that one, and then let's do this one. This will be $7. What's 14 and 7? That's $21. Okay, so there you go. That's a little bit better. 21 bucks. Okay, so I'm risking 21, and that's still above the noise. And let's just put one of them down there. So if I have that one, that would be $22, right? And that's probably the smaller one. So 22. Let's go here. Yeah, that's $22. Okay, so what I'm gonna do? This is. Let's see this number. All right, watch this. Watch this, y'all. All right, I'm gonna copy that. So we know that this will be what? How much? 22. Okay. All right, and then let me see something. Why not do this? I'm gonna start fresh. Close it. Close it. Just start fresh. This is too complicated. All right. So I'm gonna enter this trade again with 3 cents, 3 pennies. Let's do 3. I'm gonna put it in right now. I want this to be very, very well documented. All right. So now I'm in for 3. Okay. Where do I want my stop? Let's check this level here. Go to the 4-hour and see. I'm gonna put it above the third high. See, it's great. Now here's a high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. So if I go up 2 levels from here, that'll put it right there. How much am I risking on this trade? Now we got one thing. All right, 24 bucks. All right. Ooh. I like the 20 better. And that's 70 pips. Okay. 70. All right, let's just do right there. All right, $23, 77 pips. It looks appropriate. All right, so now if I bring this down, let's see what I can do if I get it to here. to that level. Bing, bing, bing. You touched, you touched, you touched. Let's go ahead and do this one. Let's not be overly greedy. Right there, because it is a support level there. It's been touch, 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 touch. So if I just be conservative there, I would get $50. So 1 to 2 risk ratio, 166 pips in exchange for my what 77. Okay, so there we go. We set on that one. All right, now let me go to the weekly and see it better. And look at that. That's barely nothing. Man, I can come all the way down here, bro. Get greedy with it, baby. Hold on, let me put it right at this level right there. Because I see it on the weekly as touch, touch, touch. Has been touched, 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 touch, 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 and touched right there. So that's popular. All right, so I'm gonna go and make $63.42, 211 pips in exchange for 77 pips and 23.10. All right, now we're sitting pretty. Last, oh, by the way, look, guys, look at there. What if these were standard lots, man? Ooh, I'll be up big already. Ain't even did nothing while I'm recording. Alrighty then, let's go to this very last one. And thank you for hanging tight. Again, we went here. And how much am I risking on this? $9. Let me go here and see where you at. Okay, I'm still okay. Well, I'm down what $1.16. Good. So let's close it here, and I'm gonna enter fresh on this trade again. Okay, I'm gonna enter fresh. Now, truth be told, this is probably may pop up or it may break through here, but either way it goes, I'm gonna enter again right here with 3 pennies. I want everything to be 3 across the board, all the way down. Everybody got the same amount, no favoritism. Okay, all right, there we go. So I'm in the sale. I'm going to put my stop above the noise level, which would be right there. You can see my blue line, and I'm risking $12 right here. Okay, $12. Okay, and on the weekly, let's make this bigger so you guys can see it. See that candle stopping? It's turning red. All right, cool. And there we go. You can see it above the weekly as well. So I'm risking $14 on this trade. All right, so where can this thing potentially go? We'll go to this support level right here. It's been touch, 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 touch. So it could potentially drop all the way down there, and I can make $84 in exchange for $14. I'm risking 46 pips to make 282 pips. All right, so that's official, guys. Look, my money is climbing. It's climbing, baby. And this is just a test to see, hey, can you flip a $150 account? Or 156 bucks, whatever it was. You can see I'm already up. Okay, I'm already up 20 bucks or whatever it is, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 trades in play. 11 trades in play. 11 trades in play as we speak, and I'm already up in profit. And the market is starting to pick up because the London session is starting to open. So, again, guys, I think I'm just going to leave this for about a month. Today is 8/21/2025. You can see it right down here. I hover and you can see Thursday, August 21st, 2025, and it's 2:16 a.m. in the morning. Okay, so that means the Frankfurt session is open and possibly going into London. Now I'm up $175. See how this is climbing? Just imagine if all these were not 3 cents, but these were all standard lots on a bigger account. Okay, so what I'm showing you is it's not just about, the setup is more about also managing the money. Okay, so now if I say 20, let's say 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, and that'll be 215. So realistically, I need it to be at 215, but we'll see how it goes. But that means every single one of these will have to lose in order for me to blow this account. So we'll see. Okay. All right, guys. I done recorded long enough. I will see you in about a month on this particular account.